It's the Need to Know Morning Show on AM 1100. The Flag.
Oh, look at that sunshine. It is a beautiful day. We're midweek.
Yeah, the sun's going to be shining anyhow.
Happy Wednesday. 3 months till Cinco de Mayo. Just saying. Yeah.
I can get behind that one.
Yeah. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. 5th day of February already. We're already into it.
I like it.
Forecast is pretty good.
Quick.
Forecast is a little snowy, but for the most part, really good. Pretty seasonal.
Mid-20s.
Kind of where
Not
we
bad.
are.
Bad.
Hey, we're going to get together end of this month and give away a trip to Florida. It's our Flag Florida Flyaway going on. And how do you do it? Well, you just listen. Just listen,
That's
and
easy.
you might be going down to Captiva Island, taking in some Twins spring training games.
We had lucky winners last year doing that.
I'm just telling you, and this is a great trip. And we give you, and you get that, and it's you and a guest, airfare, hotel out on the beautiful South Seas. This resort is just off the hook.
And we give you spending money, too.
$500.
Spending money.
Yeah.
Wow.
So more details on that. Just keep listening to AM 1100 The Flag. It's the Flag Florida Flyaway. Dr. Alicia, I would imagine you'd join us on that trip if we could.
It would be rough, but I think I could do it.
Twist your arm. Get you out of here.
There you go.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, let's visit with the vet.
Good morning, my friend.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. Like you said, the sun is just bright and it's shining, and every day is one day closer to spring.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's how we look at it around here, too.
So last night, I love that my neighbors have two beautiful labs. Big lab. They're like I want to say they're golden labs. They're almost like yellow, but Duke and Daisy.
Sweet.
So I'm up to way too late watching NBA last night, and I see a light down on the lake, snowmobile, right?
Yep.
I'm like, what is going on? So I look down, and it's my neighbor, my buddy Jason. I'm assuming it's him because it was well past the kids' bedtime. But he had the snowmobile out, and he was riding the snow, and the dogs were running with him. He was running the dogs out on the lake.
Yep.
And I thought that's going to be a question I have for Dr. Alicia, because winter and these cold months tend to shut the humans in the room in, and we don't necessarily get our animal friends out as much as we should.
Yep.
I thought that's a great way to do it.
You know, last winter we saw so many pets gain weight.
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
I'm thinking we're going to see the same thing when everybody starts coming in for spring heartworm testing and things. We're going to find there are a lot of pets that are gaining weight because when we have winters that we shut ourselves in, we shut our pets in too.
Exactly.
And that's not necessarily always a bad thing. Because the rule of thumb is that if you aren't comfortable out there, then your pet probably isn't also.
Yep.
And then there's certain breeds that are more geared to being out in that. Like retrievers, they're outdoorsmen. They like to get out and go. And so as long as the temperatures are comfortable, as long as they look happy and comfortable, they're okay being out there going running on the lake.
What do you recommend, though, if your pet does gain weight? I know there's like some diet dog foods, or do you recommend more exercise or a combination?
Treadmill for the puppy?
We have a lot of dogs and even a couple cats that are on the treadmill. Their owners go on the treadmill, and then they go on the treadmill.
Good.
And is there like a harness that you can hook on them?
It depends. But a lot of them just having their own harness on and a leash, and you just hold the leash up, and they walk on the treadmill. And
there you go.
Get their speed up.
I like it.
A lot of it is portion control, just like with people. So many people focus on this need to exercise, and you almost over-exercise when a majority of it is diet. You know, the exercise is important to keep your metabolism up, to give you good muscle condition, because when you have good muscling, the muscles themselves, even when you're at rest, are burning calories. And the same is true with our pets. But that diet is the hard part. That will make or break whether you're fit and trim or not. So portion control, and like you said, Alex, there are diet foods that you can transition to. We have hunting dogs that during hunting season, they're on the high-calorie diet.
Right.
And in the summer, they're on their adult maintenance. But in the winter, they're on the low-cal because they're not active.
What surprises me when you read the back of a package of dog food, what a serving size is. So you look at that and you're like, what? Half a cup? And that's it for the whole day?
And that's for your average dog. If we have kiddos that are having a hard time maintaining a proper weight, we have to actually calculate based on the calories of calories per cup of dog food, and sometimes it's even less than that.
That's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Well, I know February's Heart Month, and you wanted to talk about heart disease with dogs.
Yep. February is National Heart Month, and it's National Dentistry Month in the veterinary world. So those are two really important topics for our profession. We know that one of the single most important things you can do to keep your pet healthy, minimize disease, and extend their lifespan is to keep their mouth healthy. And it's important to pay attention to what kind of dog you have. Rule of thumb is the smaller the dog, the worse their dental disease in their mouth. We know that statistically 80% of dogs, and Dr. Calderwood, who is a huge dentistry advocate in our practice, has even been finding some of the studies are pointing maybe even towards 90% of the pet population has some form of periodontal disease by age 4. We know that our small breeds like our Yorkshire Terriers, our Chihuahuas, any of the little tiny short-nosed breeds, they have dental disease by age 1. They should be having a professional dentistry cleaning by age 1 or 2. We have some of these little guys that we are removing teeth by 6 months of age.
Wow. Is that the big thing then, just to bring them in for a professional cleaning? Or what preventative things can you do at home too?
The preventative things are the really important part. What we do gets you back to healthy. But if you don't do anything in between at home, we can have dogs and cats that come back 2 weeks after professional cleaning. There's already plaque accumulating. Put it in perspective. If you only went in every 6 months to have your teeth cleaned and you didn't brush your teeth, the cleaning only makes you feel good, like you're trying to do something.
Yeah.
They actually studied this that with people, that if they only did the cleanings and did not do anything with your mouth in between, that the effectiveness of the cleaning just dropped right off, because you have
maintenance.
To, you have to do the maintenance. We get it cleaned up, and then you have to do the maintenance. So brushing is the single most effective. But it's also,
that's awkward. It's hard.
Well, of course it is.
Any
Will they let
tips?
you?
Any
I don't
tips
even know
on
a dog let you do
on
that?
how to do that properly?
Yeah.
The biggest thing is if you have that puppy or kitten, start them young. Because if you get them exposed to it and it's part of their daily routine, they don't think anything of it. So we love to see owners starting that when they're puppy. When they're an adult dog, the biggest thing is to keep it in perspective. You have to set yourself some realistic goals. You shouldn't expect to brush their whole mouth perfectly the first time or even the 10th time. What's your end game? You know, if I'm trying to build a habit for myself that I brush my dog's teeth every day, most of it is building that habit and that routine into your daily schedule. Start with the canines. They're the easiest to get to. You can lift their lip right up and they're right there. Start with the canines and maybe make a goal. Okay, this month I'm just going to brush the canines every day.
Do you use a toothbrush or a finger brush, or what's the best?
A finger brush or even a wet paper towel are a simple way to just get the feel for the mouth. Because a lot of it is I don't feel comfortable what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And you got to just build up your own confidence for brushing your pet's mouth. And then they have to get comfortable with what you're doing. So start with a finger brush or a wet paper towel, a wet washcloth, but a toothbrush is best because it gets in all the cracks and crevices, and that's the whole point of brushing, because you want to brush the plaque and the food particles out of the gum line, 45-degree angle at the gum line in circular motion, and then brush down on the crowns, just like you were brushing your own teeth.
Just like you do your own teeth.
Now, toothpaste, one thing though. Now, toothpaste, though, you don't use regular people
toothpaste. You do not use people toothpaste because that has fluoride, and our pets will swallow some of it. That can irritate their tummy. And honestly, the toothpaste really isn't important for them unless they're a pet that has gingivitis. And for that, we have special rinses or special dog and cat toothpaste you can use. Honestly, a lot of times the toothpaste is more of a hindrance, especially if you have a dog. Right. That Labrador, they're like trying to eat it up. You just want to wet it, and you just want to brush, because
interesting.
We need the toothpaste because we get cavities. So that fluoride helps keep our enamel healthy, keeps the cavities away. Pets, different deal. Pets get the kind of dental disease that you see in third world countries from not brushing your teeth. You get periodontal disease from stuff sitting up in the gums. They don't floss, so you get stuff packed in between the teeth. So that brushing gets the plaque and the food particles off and helps minimize the progression of periodontal disease. Dental treats are a huge factor too. A proper dental treat that's approved by the Veterinary Oral Health Council.
But that's not enough, though, right?
It's not enough, but it's better than nothing.
You tend to think that's maybe enough.
Yep.
Go ahead.
A lot of people think that just because they feed dry dog food, that's enough because they're chewing. Dry dog food shatters. So when they chew on it, it shatters. You're not getting, or if it's a cat, how many times is your cat thrown up And is it chewed food? No, it's the whole kibble.
Right.
You know, because they don't chew. So the dry dog or cat food isn't enough. An approved treat that we know is effective, like Alex pointed out, the greenies.
Yeah.
We know they're effective. Brushing chews by Milkbone, we know they're effective. Oravet chews, we know they're effective. Those 3 brands, we know they're effective as brushing 3 days a week. It's better than nothing.
Right.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that cats never get used to the habit of having their teeth brushed.
And I'm going to shout it right back at you as incorrect.
Okay, fine. Can't imagine a cat that would like that, though.
They get used to it. They don't have to like it. They just have to get used to it.
Now
I have an email here quick. I'll get to, and then we'll get my 10-year-old Brittany, assuming that's the dog, has sour smelling breath.
Yes.
But only once in a while. Is this his teeth, or could it be something he's eating, and should we be concerned? That's from Jay.
The answer is yes. It could be all of the above. It can be their teeth. One of the hallmarks that you need to have your pet's mouth looked at is if you can detect an odor. But sometimes odors are there because of something they've chewed on. Dogs and cats cleanse themselves, so sometimes it's because of something they've licked. And so that can be there. There can be other problems in the mouth. We remove sticks that get stuck if they're chewing on or toys. Sometimes they get ulcers in their mouth. They can puncture. They can have growths or tumors in their mouth. So if there's an odor, that's a great sign that you should probably make an appointment with your vet.
Okay, we've talked about gum disease. Now, what about heart disease? How do you know? It's hard enough for humans to know we've got heart disease. How do you know when your pet does?
That is a hard one. And so it's important to first know, just like knowing if you're a small breed dog owner, you probably have to get in to have the teeth addressed more frequently. It's important to know what are your breed risks for your pet. So we know that certain breeds like Great Danes, they're very prone to a problem where the heart muscle thins. So are Dobermans.
Okay.
Little dogs tend to be more at risk for valve disease. 90% of heart murmurs in small breed dogs are because their valve stops working well. Cats, we know their biggest problem, they develop a thickening of the heart muscle. Knowing those things helps you know how often should your pet go in and be checked, because that's the best way to detect murmurs frequently.
So there's no symptoms really that show up.
But the signs show up once your pet's heart is in failure. So knowing that your pet first has a murmur, many pets have murmurs and don't ever have problems. But if you only go in every other year, only when your pet has a problem, that murmur maybe has been there for 3, 4, 6 years.
Yep.
And we may not be able to prep you on, okay, let's find out why your pet has this murmur. So that way we know what to anticipate. Okay, now here are the signs that you should watch for your pet. In general, early signs include fatigue. They may tire out on walks, or your dog may stop and smell the roses on a walk more often. They're not actually curious. They're just taking breaks because they're getting fatigued. They lose their appetite. They can lose muscle mass as the heart starts to need more energy because it's having to work harder because something's not right with it. They'll start to lose weight. As the disease progresses, we can see them either develop fluid in their belly. They can develop fluid in the lungs, which will lead them to have a moist, rattly, productive cough, especially after exercise or getting up in the mornings. Collapsing, fainting are red flags for a heart problem. But the thing is, all those signs aren't specific just to the heart. They're important to be aware of. But if they're doing those things, that doesn't mean that is the heart. That just means you should probably have your pet checked.
So is this a blood test then, or an x-ray, or how do you?
First thing is to examine them. We look for signs on exam. If the heart's not working properly, their gums will not have proper pink color. They may be pale. They may have a dark, muddy color. They may be gray or even bluish in color. Their pulses may not be good when we feel their femoral pulses. We may hear dropped beats when we're listening. We'll hear murmurs. We can hear fluid in the lungs, and that tells us we need to take x-rays. We need to check their blood pressure. We need to ultrasound the heart. There are some blood tests that we can do too. But that exam is really critical because it helps direct us.
So what is treatment then? Surgery, medication?
Depends on the problem. Majority of them are diet and medications. Sometimes I had a client that they took their dog to Texas A&M, and they had a valve replaced on their dog.
Yeah.
So there are some really cool options. It's really awesome that you mentioned diet, because that has been a big topic lately. The fat of the grain-free, and not only necessarily grain-free, but the boutique diets, we're still learning. There is a potential link between heart disease, a specific type of heart disease, that we can manage by just getting them off of those kind of diets and supplementing with taurine. In a lot of them, we can make it better. Not all of them yet, but that's important to be aware of.
Can you hang out? I got a couple more emails.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
We're talking with Dr. Alicia, Prairie Winds Veterinary Center, at 5370 51st Avenue South, Suite A in Fargo, North Dakota. I got a couple of email questions for Dr. Alicia. We'll get to those coming up.
Set a news button.
AM 1100, The Flag.
Every day is made up of choices. We can try or we can quit. We can speak up or we can stay silent. We can give or we can take. Each choice we make determines who we will be. This February 13th, make the choice to help someone in your community by giving on Giving Hearts Day. Because every day we make choices. And every day, those choices make us.
25 years ago, Comfort King started with a dream of saving people money on a mattress and helping them sleep better, providing great quality and phenomenal service. Right now, we're celebrating our 25-year anniversary. We've got some great promotions going on. So if you need a mattress, stop in and check it out. Over the past 25 years, Comfort King's made over 51,000 mattresses. And every single one of those mattresses was made with care by a craftsman for the person who was going to sleep on it. That means it was created for your body to sleep comfortably every night. One thing that makes Comfort King different is our comfort guarantee. We actually want you to be comfortable in year 5, 6, 7, 8, as long as you want to sleep on the mattress. We want you to be comfortable. And I can tell you, after making 51,000 mattresses, my hands are a little sore, but it's been worth it. And I invite you to stop in and get your next mattress at Comfort King during our 25th year anniversary.
Taste the heat, feel the heart. Join us for our 5th annual Battle of the Churches Chili Cook-Off. This Giving Hearts Day brought to you in part by Redemption Road. We provide housing, re-entry, and transitional services to those that are exiting the criminal justice system. Learn more at redemptionroadministries.org. Enjoy a bowl, vote, support our mission this Giving Hearts Day for Battle of the Churches Chili Cook-Off from 5 to 7:30 at Hope South. Alone we can do little, together we can do much.
To learn more about pioneer corn and soybean production, we've taken to the air. We're approaching Tipton, Indiana. Tipton is a small town, but it plays a big role in the Pioneer pipeline. Below me is one of Pioneer's seed production facilities. Hold right here, please. I'm looking down at 1, 2, 3, looks like a dozen large structures, each with a specific role to turn seed corn into corn seed. Husking, drying, shelling, cleaning, color sorting, seed sizing, the list goes on. From up here, it's an impressive operation, all designed to make sure each seed in a Pioneer bag is the highest quality. The seed production plant in Tipton. Another place that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
People you know.
You get a chance to tell me what's on your mind.
From right here.
And we appreciate it.
AM 1100, The Flag.
It's 8:24 on the Need to Know Morning Show. Here's your WZFG 3-day forecast. Going to be sunny today, and it's already shining. It's gorgeous. The high 24. Tonight we've got a 20% chance of snow with the wind gusting up to 21. Tomorrow there's a 40% chance of snow in the forecast. The high 20. Thursday's low 6, and Friday a 20% chance of snow and a high of 11. Right now, though, warming up a little bit. We are at 7 above.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
well, at
yeah.
least it's not windy. Well, that's
Not
good.
yet. Not yet.
That's good.
We're doing good. And the sun's shining, so.
It's a Visit with the Vet with Dr. Alicia from Prairie Winds Veterinary Center. Shout out to Dr. Dan and Dr. Kate and Dr. Alex and Dr. Dave as well.
That's right.
We
love
the
our
docs
team.
we never see.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ones that are behind
Great
the scenes.
team. You bet.
Awesome team.
Yeah. Prairie Winds Veterinary Center. Like them on Facebook. They got a great Facebook page, Prairie Winds Veterinary Center on Facebook. It says, know what to do if your dog swallows your medication. I would imagine you guys do a lot of that. Tips and just things that people need to know about.
We
on your social
we
stuff.
love education in our practice.
Yep.
And that's a great resource for people. If you're ever looking for like topic of the day, topic of the week, we're always posting stuff on our Facebook page.
Okay, email to the True IT inbox says, we have a 9-month-old puppy. We try to break her teeth with a chicken-flavored brush. I'm sorry, brush her teeth.
You say break.
No, I'm sorry.
Why do you want to break her
It
teeth?
does say break, though. It says break. Sorry, I'm sure they meant brush. We try to brush her
Autocorrect.
teeth with a chicken-flavored toothpaste,
Yep.
but she's having none of it.
Yep.
Should we be persistent? Just like tricks, will she learn to like it over time? So, like you said earlier.
Especially if they're like a retriever or dog that's food motivated, that toothpaste can be more of a hindrance than a help.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
So since it's the brushing, just skip the toothpaste, wet the toothbrush with water, and just brush the outsides of the teeth.
I have an idea, by the way.
There's
It's
beef
a
flavored
total.
too. I get beef flavored for my dogs.
I love
They
the
like that.
smell of the vanilla mint. CET brand has
Yeah.
a vanilla mint. Oh, it smells good. Their breath is fresh, but
I've not tried that.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I just had a total sidebar thought.
Segue.
We could become millionaires tomorrow.
Okay, let's do it. Don't tell
Margarita
everybody.
flavored toothpaste.
Oh, that's for me.
Pina colada,
That's for
margarita,
me.
Yeah,
red
for us.
Merlot flavored
Yep.
toothpaste.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That
that's where I think we're
might
missing
be
the
a
boat.
thing. That might be a
That's
thing with
maybe.
adults.
I'm thinking I should try chicken flavored toothpaste. I probably like
Knock
it.
yourself out.
No, okay.
Gross.
Yeah, I know. One more email here. Dr. Alicia, do people actually know they need to bring their dogs in to get their teeth cleaned? Is that something that should be done often? I would imagine you make an appointment for that.
We're still in the education on that. Like when I started practice 20 years ago, the big thing we were trying to educate people on was just the concept of spaying and neutering to control pet population and help prevent some of those diseases that come with hormones. And then heartworm, flea, and tick prevention. And that was a big thing on education. And now we're in the process of educating people on prevention with dentistry. That it's really important. The two biggest things are, if you want to keep your pet healthy, are to keep them at a healthy weight and keep their mouth healthy. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That applies for human people.
Yep.
Humans
But
too.
The more people get their pet in regularly and actually have a discussion with their pet. I mean, the biggest thing is we're a resource. We're not just there to fix things when problems come up. We're a resource to help you keep your pet healthy. That's our biggest goal. We want to have your pet not have to come in and see us when they're sick. We'd like to see them only once or twice a year for routine stuff.
If someone has like questions like that, do they ask you on your website or email or that kind of thing, or do they call you, or what's
That's a great question,
what's the
Alex.
best way to?
We get lots of messages on Facebook. We have people that post stuff on our Facebook page. If you're a client of ours, or even if you're not, you can access us through our Vet to Pet app. Come in and see one of the gals at the front desk, and they can help. If you're not tech savvy, they love to get people set up with it. You can message us through our app.
Oh, that's a nice
You
thing.
can. Oh, I love it. You can email us as well. We have lab results at prairiewindsvet.com. That's our technicians. Email. We love to educate people, so use this as a resource.
Well, then the more educated the owners are, the healthier the
exactly,
pet is, and everybody's
it's
happier.
just like human medicine. The more you know, the healthier you'll be.
And easy to find, too. They're just east of Veterans Boulevard, just off 52nd Avenue South. It's actually 5370 51st Avenue South. Right there. You give them a call, 701-356-5600. Always great to see you, my friend.
Great to be here, as always.
Lots of
great
good info.
information.
Appreciate it.
Oh, big time. Really appreciate you being here and sharing, too.
My pleasure.
So glad we can help on those emails as well, and we'll see you next time. All right.